10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. TNC Predator's turn.
Clockwork!
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team back.
The undying wakes.
TNC Predator's turn to ban.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to another best of 2 here in the Moon Studio Asian League. The second to last of today. We have just passed the halfway point of this tournament. Hopefully not in terms of the time spent alone, because man oh man, we have been paused for quite a while, but now we got Neon Esports up against TNC Predator for one of the most anticipated matchups in the tournament, and I've got my co-caster here with me, Ascendancy. So, what do you make of the openings? Because there's already a couple of interesting heroes picked up here. Well, sure, take your time. The teams still have all of their reserve time remaining anyhow.
TNC Predator's turn to ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I can definitely see where you're coming from. I mean, Undying Rubik, it also definitely opens up a lot of those kind of greedy carries. Those are both heroes which are great at both babysitting duty as well as playing 4 Protect 1 Dota. Undying, he can frontline, he can throw a tombstone, and you pretty much always have to kind of focus on that big meat golem, on that tombstone. Make sure you're not gonna get overwhelmed by zombies, and that's just great for allowing hard carries to live through those team fights. However, it's gonna be a Venomancer for the Undying synergy here. Good synergy with the Rubik as well, by the way.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I do believe as well, because right-click Veno has had 2 victories in this tournament, the only 2 times it's been run, and you can also just go that big spell damage momentum based, like a Veil, Blink Dagger. I don't even know what else you build on spell damage with Venomancer, but basically that ultimate can carry you fights if you just get enough experience that way. And it looks like Neon's taking up a lot of reserve time, deciding to pick up a Queen of Pain here. I mean, that hero, if she does snowball, she snowballs hard. She can just get double and triple kills in the early and mid game. She's definitely a hero with a lot of high fighting potential, who definitely can turn a game single-handedly. Also a great space creator for all of those 1v5 carries, which we keep seeing picked up in the current meta more and more.
Radiant team pick.
Faceless Void.
10 seconds remaining.
That Faceless Void, also a hero,
5
I
seconds
think
remaining.
Neon are gonna have a hard time dealing with on the Queen of Pain, but also on their other heroes, because, well, Void is real annoying to lane against. It is pretty darn hard to shut down once the Chronosphere comes online. He plays around that timing. You can really only run at him when Chronosphere is on cooldown. And TNC Predator with Venomancer, with an Undying, should be able to make a lot of space for that Void to farm. Go for perhaps Midas into Madness into MKB or something greedy like that. And the best part for TNC is they got the last pick as well, with already one of the hardest carries there is, one of their better carries as well, being picked up here. So this is looking really good for them. I wonder how Neon are gonna try to deal with this. I wonder how Neon are gonna try to approach this.
Radiant team back.
Naga Siren.
TNC Predators turn to ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. TNC Predators turn to ban. Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. TNC Predators turn.
Dark Seer.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Invoker.
Choose your hero.
Yeah, alright boys, sorry, but I just had my electricity outage, and now I kinda
See you later, nerds.
need to stream the game, I guess.
That is what you sound like.
Wait, I can't move the camera again. Alright, looks like I need to reconnect, then I can move the camera, so I'm just gonna...
Thirty seconds to battle. The battle begins.
I admit nothing but my sadness that you're gone. Tis none cupatory. nothing but my sadness that you're gone.
Dire's courier has been killed.
I admit nothing but my sadness that you're gone.
Dire's structures are fortified.
That should help.
I admit nothing but my sadness that you're gone.
No.
So good afternoon everyone. I don't think that there would be any official commentary for this game. So I will just be filling in for this game right now. So it's Neon Esports versus TNC Predator for a best of 2 here on Moon Studio Asia League. So TNC completing their lineup with Venomancer on KP, Faceless Void, Gabi, Armel Invoker, Tims Rubik, and March Undying. While on the side of Neon Esports, Sam H, a former member of TNC, currently with Neon Esports right now, using Darkseer, Yopaj, Queen of Pain, Johnwell, Doom, Skem, Naga Siren, and Play Hard using Clockwork. So Neon Esports is currently in the lead, 5-1. They're currently just killing off the Undying in the position 5, but he's just committing to his role, the suicidal position 5, just trying to give as much space and as much XP and farm to his fellow carries or cores. While Gabi on his Faceless Void in just 7 minutes, even if he had a hard lane, since March was dying, he was still able to recover and buy a Hand of Midas at just 7 minutes.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Are scanning.
So a skirmish down at bottom. March trying to dive the tower and also planted the tombstone here, trying to box out the forces of Neon Esports so that they could get the first tower here on the bottom lane. Januel trying to TP out. Can they cancel it? But no, they cannot. However, on the top lane, another engagement. Sonic Wave committed by the Queen of Pain, and it takes down the Invoker. So I think it was an accidental pause. So Gabi might die here but he was able to time walk out. So jumping out to safety, but Play Hard still catching up to him. He would be having another Cogs, and then the Chronosphere committed just to escape. However, Yopaj still blinks in, and with a few right clicks takes the Faceless Void down. But meanwhile, on the bottom side of the map, TNC were able to destroy the first tier tower of Neon Esports, therefore opening Neon Esports jungle so that TNC can make a move on the map and invade their jungle and take their resources for themselves.
Radiant structures are fortified.
So Play Hard already reached level 6. He has Hookshot, and they are trying to apply pressure here on the Faceless Void, but he has a time walk so that he can escape. But now he already used it and it's on cooldown. The Hookshot also used so that he couldn't jump away, and the Faceless Void dies. So another successful engagement from Play Hard.
I admit nothing but my sadness that you're gone.
So this Clockwork is really doing wonders for Neon Esports right now. He's currently 206. He was available for all 8 kills on the board for Neon Esports. So a very successful early game for him. He was able to enable their offlane, which is Sam H on the Darkseer. So 10-minute bounty runes. It's just 2 for 1. The other one was denied. Oh, there it is. March was able to pick up the last one. So just 3 for 1. It's 3 for 1. So we see 3 heroes here gathering up in the mid lane from Neon Esports, trying to take down this Invoker. The hookshot committed, but it missed. But he was able to capture him with the Cogs, sending him back. But the Queen of Pain dives in. The Sonic Wave is available, ready for him to use if he chooses so, but the Tombstone was also committed by this Undying, which forces Neon Esports to back off. So Rubik is still level 5 right now, and he doesn't have the spell steal yet, which means the power spike of him is still not there. One of our viewers, Alvin Somobay, said that the Midas is unused, is not currently being used by Gabi, so the cooldown is being wasted. And the Chrono applied here, committed onto the Doom so that they could take him down, and they were successful. Rubik was able to get the Scorched Earth. He can maybe use it later for another engagement. But now Neon Esports knows that this Faceless Void is Chrono has already been expended, so they could go for another initiation, maybe here at mid. Play hard, still trying to get an angle so that he could commit his hook shot. So a pretty hefty stack for Gabi here.
Radiant are scanning.
So Faceless Void's item of choice would be a Maelstrom, so that he could
Are fortified.
kill the illusions of this Naga quickly, if ever they plan to fight it. So we can see here that two heroes of TNC has a Hand of Midas.
Is under attack.
Both the Invoker and the Faceless Void, they could use it both to ramp up some gold and experience as the game progresses. So another skirmish here in TNC's triangle. I think teams would go down, and another follow-up hook shot from Play Hard. So two supports down from the side of TNC, and Yopad still trying to engage on KP. He has a Sonic Wave, but he also has a Bottled Invisibility. So he doesn't, TNC doesn't have any detection for him right now, and they're still trying to dive, and also the Sonic Wave committed onto KP. So three heroes down from the side of TNC and Neon, with everybody surviving, and there were no casualties.
Dire's top tower is falling.
Now, meanwhile, while everything was going on there on the other side of the map, Skem on his Naga Siren was able to push the top tower. So they're now even in terms of tower kills. So both safe lanes for the respective teams are already gone. The towers, I mean.
Dire's
So TNC trying to apply pressure on the middle tower here of Neon Esports, knowing that they have the Chrono in 2 seconds. So when will he use it? Will he see it now? Okay, two heroes caught by the Chronosphere and also the Sunstrike used on the Queen of Pain. So they were able to take down the Doom and the Queen of Pain. They're still trying to chase for more. The Tornado didn't connect. So Sam H gets away with it. So good engagement from TNC. They were able to kill two heroes of Neon Esports and eventually kill this tower.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Okay, the sleep committed by the Naga Siren, trying to catch somebody off guard. I think they would go for the Invoker because this is the most out of position hero of TNC. So they have a Ghost Walk, but they were able to bring Dust so that they could find that pesky little Invoker so that he couldn't escape.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Neon's Esports tower is already 137 HP left, so TNC were not successful in destroying that tower. And another fight breaks out here at the bottom lane. John Well on his Doom got cliffed by the Rubik. And Play Hard here, getting chased. Will he die? He will take out from the poison. While KP here still trying to catch this Sam H Dark Seer. However, he will be taken down. Yeah, Sam H took down the Faceless Void with just one punch. But Yopaj still hanging around the trees, trying to find if there is an opportunity for him to blink in and wreak some havoc. This is the problem with the current lineup of TNC and Neon Esports. Neon Esports with 4 heroes, they can do whatever they want, while this Naga Siren ramps up and just farms TNC's jungle
Radiant's
here up
middle
top.
tower is under attack.
However,
Falling.
unlike TNC, they need to stick as a 5-man team so that they could trample the forces of Neon Esports here. So they couldn't really fight them 4v4 and have the Faceless Void just farming. So while that everything is happening, Naga is just ramping up his farm and his net worth grows by the second or by the minute. So he's currently at the top of the net worth charts, but Faceless Void is not doing bad himself. He's just trailing behind by 300 gold. But if another fight breaks out, then this Faceless Void will be forced to join the fight again, while this Naga Siren is still farming. Then he might be able to overtake or the Faceless Void by so much. So the Venomancer here of KP just a protector for their lineup, so he also built a 4-staff so that he could help his teammates or even himself if they would be caught by the cogs and the hookshot combo by this clockwork. Johnwell here being spotted at the top lane, and I most surely think he would fall. So Skem, knowing the danger there at top, he already escaped by teleporting here to their jungle so that he could farm more. Hookshot committed onto the Rubik. He has Hoof Stomp, the Tornado, and EMP also used. While on the other side, Vacuum and Wall committed onto the Venomancer, but there wasn't any other follow-up, so both teams were happy with securing just the Doom and the Rubik for now. So let's try to check if what items these teams already have, especially their core. So Naga Siren already has a Manta style in just 19 minutes because he was left alone for so long and still is. While this Venomancer would be going for a Glimmer Cape so that he would have additional magic resistance to avoid certain death for the later team fights, and he can also save his teammates moving forward if any fight breaks out later on. So Yopaj TPing mid. They might go on to this Faceless Void. Rockets being sent out so that they could spot wherever TNC are, so that they could go for an engagement with this long range hookshot. I think KP would be spotted. Would the hookshot be used? Here it is, trying to find an angle. Play hard here, but he doesn't. TNC here on Neon's jungle, bottom jungle. But Skem, being a good player that he is, using his illusions to scout the jungle so that he would know and get information around this part of the map so that they would know where TNC is. So nice play coming from him. While Sam H and Play Hard still playing together, putting Ion Shell on the clockwork. So they're just mirroring each other's moves, invading each other's jungle so that they could take the first tier 2 tower of the game so that they could also control each outposts respectively. Queen of Pain now has a Yule Scepter going for Orchid. So this Orchid would really work wonders for them, especially if used on the Invoker so that he could not use any spells during a team fight. And also this Faceless Void, so he wouldn't be able to use Chrono and escape using his Time Walk. So with the right timing of use of that Orchid, they can easily shut down this Invoker and this Faceless Void. A smoke on smoke action here. Hookshot committed, and also the Doom committed on the Faceless Void. So he is good as dead. A Tornado comes out. It only hits Play Hard. But TNC already lost its carry without even using his Chronosphere. So another bad fight for TNC, I presume. So Neon are now happy to take the tower here atop if they choose to. Or they could even go Roche. It really depends on to them. It's really up to them.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Regeneration.
So Venomancer already has his Glimmer Cape. Rubik also trying to build the Glimmer Cape because the magic burst of this Neon squad is really good in terms of magic damage. So keeping yourself alive is really the main course of action here for TNC because their supports are really squishy and they're easy to take down. So a blink in by Yopaj, however Tims was just able to steal the Shadow Strike, and the other heroes of Neon Esports here piling up. But Play Hard here left alone to die. So goodbye and good riddance. While Gabby is still trying to farm up, he already has a Mjolnir. He really needs that item to ramp up damage within the Chrono because in the earlier team fights, there wasn't really enough damage to take down the heroes within the Chronosphere. So this would really be a big help. Not just the attack speed, but just also the damage. And also the 200 magical damage that comes out from the electricity bounce, if I might say, from the passive of the Mjolnir. So his build right now is mainly focused on attack speed, having the Midas, the Threads, and the Treads, and the Wraith Band. But I don't think it's really enough to take down this Naga Siren, since if you check in the net worth charts, this Naga Siren is already farmed up so well. He left the Faceless Void 3k behind. So he already has a Skadi finished up and also a Manta style. On the mid lane, Clockwork tried to initiate with his hook shot, but it didn't end well for him. So I think TNC is now considering to take a Roshan, or maybe trying to invade the triangle here for the 25-minute bounty runes.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So I think they will be climbing up this hill right now, or will they take Rosh? So just trying to survey the area. Here goes March the Sacrificial Lamb, trying to get as much information going up that high ground, and I think they will be able to secure this bounty rune here in Neon's triangle. So while Skem trying to send out his illusions to maybe try to box out the heroes of TNC, multiple wards being placed. So there you go. They were able to prevent Neon from getting their own bounty runes in their area. But here, a blink in coming from Johnwell, but there wasn't any targets to doom that were good enough, because he can't really doom the Undying because it wouldn't really be worth it. A Chronosphere, we would see it here, committed onto the Queen of Pain together with the Tornado, but the sleep didn't prevent it. He still died. Here we go, the Vacuum Sleep combo, and Skem killing off the Venomancer and the Undying within seconds. So just a few right clicks, they were able to kill those two heroes. So will they be going for more? Oh, this Faceless Void got doomed. Will Skem be able to catch up? A rocket being sent to scout the area, but Gabi lives another day. But Johnwell still here on the chase, wants to take down this Rubik, but I think he will be the one to go down. So I think Tims will just be a sacrifice here so that his core could live. Or who would take down who? So Sam H takes down the Rubik. Meanwhile, the Doom buys back. He thought that TNC might fight in that position so that he could really TP here in this outpost to back up his teammate.
Dire's bottom bottom tower is under attack.
So this Naga's
Dire's
next
structures
item
are
of choice would be the Abyssal Blade, so additional lockdown for their team so that they could easily catch this Faceless Void. So I think he already has the Basher coming in. And there it is. So he sold one of his Wraith Bands so that he could free up a slot for his Skull Basher. This Skull Basher would really work wonders for them because their TNC's heroes, once you get a hold of them, they're never really getting away. Unless KP decides to save him with the Force Staff or the Glimmer Cape, but Neon's too good of a team to not bring dust, so they will always be prepared, I guess, for every Glimmer Cape TNC will be using. So TNC here, especially Gabi, is really having a hard time getting the right footing in this game, because even if he chronos multiple heroes, they can only take down one. But even committing the chrono alone and doing out multiple people or heroes, they wouldn't be able to do that much, especially even if they chrono this Naga Siren. I think it's practically impossible to kill him within the duration of the chrono, since they also have saves like the Queen of Pain Sonic Wave, or he could use the Faceless Void if he chooses to. But here is another item that has just been sent. We might see the tides being turned here with this BKB freshly picked up by the Faceless Void. So it's a full 10 seconds and they choose to smoke up here. So TNC tries to invade or try to get Neon Esports, catch them off guard with this BKB reveal. So Neon might be surprised that Faceless Void already has this BKB. So this place is warded, so they saw them plant this ward. Yopad dropping around along with his teammates. Who would be spotted first? The Venomancer was hit by the hook shot. A Glimmer Cape was used, but they still see him clearly since they have a lot of dust. But here we go. The chrono used on the Naga Siren. A Cataclysm was used, but there wasn't really enough damage to do anything good for them. And there you go, the Abyssal Blade used on the Faceless Void that had BKB. So even if you have BKB, the Naga Siren already had an answer to that, so he was not able to accomplish anything within that chrono and within that the use of the Cataclysm. So this already seems to be a one-sided game in this 30-minute matchup. So it's 20-12, and the net worth lead is just getting higher and higher for this Naga Siren, since as you saw earlier in that fight here in the jungle, in the top lane, the Faceless Void chronoed this Naga Siren, and even when they used the Cataclysm, it didn't really do any damage at all. So how are they going to take down this Naga Siren in the later team fights, right? So even if they use their ultimates, they use their Cataclysms, because that's their most damaging skill, I might say, they wouldn't even made a dent on the HP of this Naga Siren. So Rubik stole this mirror image, so he has now copies of himself. So just continuing the pressure, knowing that they are in the driver's seat, Neon Esports. And Queen of Pain has the Aegis of Immortal almost close enough to his BKB. Only 200 gold away. One sad thing is also, even if this Faceless Void gets off his BKB, the potential of being doomed is still at risk. So I think this BKB pickup isn't really that good, since he can be doomed, he can still be hit by the Sonic Wave, he can still be hit by this hook shot, and also this Abyssal Blade. So there are a lot of things that can stop him running around and hitting people when he has his BKB active. And Neon here on the hunt again. They caught March with the hook shot, and the Venomancer here got trapped in the cogs. He has nowhere to go, nowhere to hide, and he will just fall while he uses his ultimate, just so that he doesn't waste his cooldown while he's dead. While Skem here, 3,600 gold in the pocket. Still doesn't have any items queued up yet. I think Radiance or a Tarask would be good. But I don't think Radiance is good. I think it's okay, but it's not that good because this Faceless Void doesn't really do that much damage yet. So that the miss factor wouldn't really be an issue, because even if his attacks hit his targets, it doesn't really deal that much damage. That's why Faceless Void would be going all out on damage with his next item being the MKB. So that even if this Naga Siren builds a butterfly, he already has a response to that. And there you go, Queen of Pain already has his BKB available for use. A fresh BKB with a solid 10 seconds.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
So TNC will not be going down without a fight, trying to find anything here in their jungle, or maybe just a warding mission, I guess. But Yopaj here blinks in, finds KP, uses him up. BKB will be used. Yopaj still has his Aegis, so no fear of going in. 3-man War Stomp, and also the Doom was used on the Faceless Void, so there wasn't really any counterplay for TNC for this aggression that Neon Esports is showing. So one by one their heroes fall. They can't really do anything since the net worth lead is just skyrocketed from the past few engagements. And yeah, one by one they fall like dominoes here. And I think it's just time to call it GG. Call it a game and just do better the next game, since I don't think there's any way of them coming back in this game. Especially now that Neon's, all of their heroes are really far ahead. So yeah, Naga Siren already has the butterfly, going for BKB next. Tornado EMP used. I thought he would be able to dodge it, but with the mirror image, but he wasn't able to. So knocking on the tier 3 is here at the top lane, trying to secure their second lane of barracks here. But showing discipline here, Neon Esports backing off because they still know that the Chronosphere is still a threat. So don't count TNC yet, they say. The melee barracks is so low already. Just like 1 or 2 hits maybe. Queen of Pain also bought a Shiva's card, so they have a lot of counters for the healing and the sustain that the heroes of TNC can provide, which is the Time Walk and also this Quas of the Invoker. There isn't any pipes, so they're just trying to decrease the healing of this Faceless Void presumably, so that even if he time walks all of the damage that he got wouldn't really be brought back by the time walk. So Armel just giving the Lincoln Spear to his fellow Faceless Void so that he wouldn't be caught off guard. So really nice ward here coming from TNC so that they can spot if anybody from Neon Esports comes near this perimeter so that they can try to secure it, because this would already be one of their last defenses, because this is their main priority right now, these two barracks, because it's already exposed. The tier 3 has already gone and destroyed. And there you go, 37 minutes on the clock right now. The tier 4 items are starting to drop. But I would just like to commend both of these teams, especially on their supports and on their offlane, building a safer route for team fights. They have these multiple Glimmer Capes, these 4 staffs to help your core survive if ever they fall out of position. Also, this Doom has 4 staff, has Glimmer Cape. Also, this Clockwork. Going for BKB next. Yeah, it already has it. Sunstrike used in the Roche pit. Just trying to get information if Neon is there. But Roche hasn't spawned yet, but he will in 3 seconds. Oh, a random timer popped up. Roshan will respawn now. There it is. So Big Boy Rocco already here. Wala kasing English commentator kaya ako nasa. So another fight broke out here. Will they be able to will TNC be able to successfully fight off Neon Esports in this maybe last 2 to 3 fights? So Neon Esports here trying to secure the second Roshan of the game, granting them the Aegis and the Cheese. I don't even think they need this anymore since they are in way hell of a lead. Naga Siren also has a BKB right now. So all of the forces of TNC just keep crumbling down, and the hook shot committed on this Undying.
Quap actually soloing the Roshan there.
Yeah, and that's gonna be an Aegis and a Cheese for Ehome.Immortal, who is looking for a couple of kills. Finds the 2-man dagger slow immediately. Everyone on TNC is in position to be engaged on, but can they really do anything against this much fighting power? 2 knights on the Queen of Pain, 3-man Queen of Pain ultimate coming out, and now it's gonna be the Rubik dying. Queen of Pain ultimate gets stolen by the Rubik, but Invoker with a bit of miscommunication, making sure it's absolutely nobody. Viper coming out from the Rubik, Viper coming out from the Venomancer, and the Doom is gonna go down. A huge Chronosphere comes out. It's gonna be another kill, but oh, that's awkward. I can't blame them for crashing here. I mean, that was a very animation-heavy fight. That just looked freaking awesome, and it's gonna continue going.
Yeah, but it doesn't seem like it did anything. Like, okay, they got the Doom and the Aegis and Quap, but what now? They don't have Chrono, they don't have Cataclysm. So, what's left for them? Yeah, I don't have a Venom ult. I mean, the Venom ult is on some people and it's ticking and doing a lot of damage, but I don't know. Still looks really bad. I mean, it's a 30k gold lead. Like, miracles need to happen for them to win fights. But with Void Invoker, it's always possible. I guess no matter how far you're ahead.
I mean, that last Chronosphere did force the Doom buyback. However, Doom had a buyback, and the fact that he did use it just shows that they are ready to just about end. Scam calls the go, and at least Gabby now has time to time walk out of here, so actually still a somewhat advantageous pause for TNC, allowing them to coordinate their getaway. However, that getaway isn't just gonna be enough as Invoker goes down, Void goes down. Invoker does buyback, Rubik is gonna drop next, however, and I feel like this is just gonna be the GG. Naga Siren making her insane push happen. The Darkseer is also just getting to work on a tower, getting Meteor down, but now Venomancer and Invoker are being ran and are being kept out of that fountain for as long as possible. Naga Siren trying to go for the Venomancer there, but he has Invis, which is going to be a nice save if you're fighting this deep in your enemy's base, but they're just fountain diving, killing off the Invoker. Queen of Pain getting back out of there. The Queen of Pain Desolator with the Orchid dealing so much damage, and that's going to conclude the game here.
After Icefox sees this game, he's gonna buff the fountain again.
Yeah, I feel like it, but honestly, if you're this far ahead, don't you deserve a little fountain diving action? Honestly, I really just... This game was completely amazing. That was an insane dual offlane combo with the double Iron Shell, and yeah, we are gonna go to a little bit of a break, as we do have the second game of the series coming right up here, just a little bit later to
Predators turn to ban. Ten seconds Radiant remaining. Team ban. TNC Predators turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Pick. Ten seconds remaining. TNC Predators turn.
Clockwork!
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. TNC Predators turn
Dark Seer.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, and with that we are back. We have got the second to last best of 2 here in the Moon Studio Asian League, second game as well, between Neon Esports and TNC Predator. After this, we're gonna have one more best of 2 series for today, and then tomorrow we are gonna hop into the playoffs, if I'm not mistaken. So I do hope you're looking forward to it. Darks here as the opening for Neon Esports once again at Ascendancy. Do you think they will just run all over their enemies once again with this insanely hard combo here or not? Well, looks like my co-caster isn't here yet. But I do think this is once again way too powerful of an opener to allow without designated counter picks. Also, the Clockwork getting blocked here because with that Phoenix, he would have been really powerful. That Phoenix needs a needs an egg protector or two. You need somebody to watch out for yourself, and Blast is gonna do the trick when that split is available.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
First Spirit getting banned out by the side of TNC Predator.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. TNC Predators turn to ban.
Orphan getting banned out, Anti-Mage as well. I mean, there's so many strong carries, you can't really ban them all nowadays, so I wonder what else they're gonna go with here. But
Oh wow.
Ascendancy, looks like you're there.
There's a first phase Brewmaster. Is the counter to Darkseer? The Brewmaster Storm Panda Dispel. Dispelling Iron Shell, dispelling Surge. The fight could actually be really good against Darkseer. I'm not sure if it's gonna work out.
It also really goes up to Phoenix, even if it does.
TNC Predators turn to ban.
Hello and good afternoon, everybody. So we are back for Game 2. Moon Studio, Asian League, Neon Esports versus TNC Predator. This would be Game 2. Neon Esports leading this best of 2 series 1-0. So first two picks coming from Neon Esports would be Clockwork and Darkseer. They showed really great potential in their early game to mid game. With their with these two picks from the same draft with from the last game, and TNC Predator picks up Phoenix and Brewmaster. Previous bans from Neon Esports are Io, Mirana, Anti-Mage, Morphling, and Faceless Void. And for the side of TNC Predator, we have Doom, Tiny, Ember Spirit, and the very threatening Naga that we saw earlier that Skem was playing.
5 seconds remaining.
So TNC Predator here, this already might be a sacrificial 5 Phoenix and position 3 for KP on Brewmaster, because we have been seeing him playing this this hero for quite some time now in the previous tournaments, and he has been performing well on this hero.
TNC Predators turn to pick.
So one pick that I could think of from TNC is maybe they could pick up a hero that has sort of a debuff, so that they could remove the battery assault from the Clockwork, so that they could
10 seconds remaining.
hold them off if ever Neon Esports want to
5
engage.
seconds remaining.
Or better yet, they could also purge the
Radiant
surge
team
coming from the Darkseer, so that they cannot have any plans of escape. And here's their answer, the puck, so that they could silence these targets and hold them in place using the Dream Coil. Knowing that Darkseer doesn't really have any options of escape except for his surge, also with the Earth Spirit being picked up by Neon Esports, I think this will be, or might be, a mid Earth Spirit, or maybe a position 4. We won't know yet since the draft hasn't progressed yet, but we will see in the next few minutes. But yeah, Puck is really a good pick against these three heroes, because Clockwork, Darkseer, and the Earth Spirit main assets are their mobility. So if you remove that out of the equation, then they're not that good of a hero anymore. So TNC Predator picks up the Juggernaut, since they already saw the offlane potential of Neon Esports. It might be Clockwork and Darkseer again. So Juggernaut can stand his ground in the laning stage against Darkseer and Clockwork with no problem, since these are both melee heroes, and they would have a hard time of killing his healing ward of this Juggernaut, so that he could continually stay in the lane, and he could regen his health whenever he goes low. So Neon Esports then picks up a Rubik, so this might be a mid Earth Spirit coming from Yopaj, because he also performs well on this hero, and it also is a good matchup against the Puck in the early game, because you have your Boulder Smash and your Rolling Boulder to close the gap between you and Puck, even if he or she or it is a ranged hero.
TNC Predators turn to ban.
So other combos for the Darkseer has already been banned out. So they already eliminated the Naga, they eliminated the Void Spirit, I mean the Faceless Void.
5 seconds remaining.
So this would be position 5 Clockwork maybe, then position 4 Rubik, a 3 Darkseer, and a mid Earth Spirit. So we might be just waiting for Skem's hero for the safe lane. For TNC, I'm not really that certain if this puck would be used by Armel in the mid lane, or maybe they could pick up a better mid lane hero, because this puck could surely go to the hands of Tims as a position 4 puck. Not really much difference in terms of the positions of a puck, even if you put him in the position 2 or mid role or the position 4. The soft support role, since they will just be doing the same thing. But the only difference is the level progression and the gold. You would hit your items quicker and have your levels earlier if you put him in the mid lane. But he will just probably do the same thing, even if you put him as a support. So TNC might think of that and just pick up a better mid lane hero for Armel that could do well against all of the heroes of Neon Esports. So with that being said, the last pick of Neon Esports would be the Alchemist. So I think this for sure would already be the Skem safe lane carry Alchemist, because you can't really put the Earth Spirit as a safe lane carry because it doesn't really scale that well. For TNC, they could maybe put this puck I think as a mid, and they could just pick up another position 4 hero for Tims, since they would already know that it would be laning against the Earth Spirit. But yeah, they pick up the Kunkka against this Earth Spirit so that they would have more catch. It's also a better hero against Clockwork and Darkseer because they tend to be slippery targets, and the X marks the spot skill of the Kunkka would always make sure that they would always catch somebody trying to run away or trying to run away from them. Yeah. And also, it's also a good combo together with the Dream Coil and the Phoenix Egg. So they could really lock heroes in place so that they could set up the egg properly for ensuring its explosion and dealing lots of damage and stunning everybody around it. So let's just introduce the players and the teams right now. So Neon Esports, Skem Alchemist, Playhard Rubik, Yopaj Earth Spirit, Sam H Darkseer, and Januel Clockwork. And for the side of TNC Predator, starting off with Armel Kunkka, Gabi Juggernaut, Tims Puck, and KP Brewmaster, and lastly March on his Phoenix. So this would be a position 4 Puck and an off-lane Brewmaster and a position 5 Phoenix. This is also a good Phoenix game since there are 4 melee heroes on the side of Neon Esports. So if March positions his egg well, maybe on a cliff or on a high ground or somewhere far away where these 4 melee heroes have a hard time reaching him, he might get a successful egg pop.
Now for the old razzle dazzle.
So this might be a better game for TNC comparing it to the first game, because it was really a stomp, because the Faceless Void wasn't able to perform like the carry Naga did, because they didn't really have the damage to take down the Naga Siren. I think he didn't even die even once, but I need to check on that to get my facts straight. But another pause coming in here, so let's just wait for the players until they're ready. Jug cancer. Yeah, I certainly agree with John Chris, JC's opinion here. Neon and TNC really has a really solid lineup. So all the check boxes are ticked for both sides. They have catch, they have stuns, they have lockdowns, they have push potential, and they also have good wave clear. I think the way the tips oh wait, another disconnection here, so we still have to wait a little bit more for these teams to reconnect. Yeah, but yeah, going back to my opinion earlier, so I think Neon might have a bit of an edge with their lineup, considering that this is an Alchemist and his timings would really be faster compared to this Juggernaut, who would really might need to buy a Battle Fury so that he could keep up with the momentum of this Alchemist and his net worth going on into the game. So we might see him building a Radiance so that he could also farm faster together with his Grievous Greed. But then again, it's all about execution. No matter what good of a lineup you have, if the execution is garbage, then you're all garbage, right? Yeah, that's right. Another opinion from my colleague here, JC. He said that if Neon was able to perform well in the early game, because their lineup is really works well in the early game, they can snowball to victory with leaving TNC in the dust. Because if you check TNC's lineup, yeah, they are good. They do scale well, however, they need time in order for them to get their items, to get their power spikes, in order for them to fight fair fight against Neon's lineup. Because Rubik has a stun, he could even steal the boat, the coil. There are a lot of good skills that he could get from TNC's side. And also Alchemist, he has a stun, Clockwork has a stun, Earth Spirit has a stun, Darkseer has an AoE control effect with his vacuum and his wall. Also works well with the Kunkka and the Juggernaut, because these two heroes would have really high damage later on in the game.
You don't have the sand.
You don't have the sand. So this mid lane matchup, let's just dive deeper into this mid lane matchup. So it would be Kunkka versus Earth Spirit. So this Earth Spirit, even though that Armel or this Kunkka would have a slight edge because he has more harass potential because of this Tidebringer, I think this Earth Spirit could also fare up well against him, because all he needs to do is survive the lane, use his Boulder Smash to secure the range creep. And he also considered buying a Ring of Protection so that it would negate some of the damage that would be coming from this Tidebringer. So just bringing constant regen, just soak the lane with XP and gold, and you could just try to secure the lane, then try to roam for your teammates, because the Earth Spirit could go to the top lane or the bottom lane very quickly, because he has really great mobility with his Rolling Boulder.
Begins.
So little skirmishes, skill shots being thrown out on both sides, from both sides. But it's just 2 for 2, so nothing lost, nothing gained, just even out on the board. It's really surprising to see that Sam H was the one that Neon Esports chose, in replacement for their off lane, which is Cypher. Cypher. And knowing that Sam H was a former member of TNC. So Sam H is fighting against their former comrades. His former comrades. So Gabi already level 2 here, haven't skilled up the second skill point he has yet. Maybe he could put a healing ward if he feels that he's in trouble, or he could just put in a blade dance. Seeing this top lane matchup, Juggernaut against a Rubik and a Darkseer, it wouldn't really provide much of a threat for this Juggernaut, and I think he would really be able to farm properly here because there is no real threat with Rubik and Darkseer if you're a Juggernaut. You can't really kill a Juggernaut using these two heroes. But I can also say the same for Rubik and Darkseer because the support that this Juggernaut is with is just a Phoenix. They do not have any catch, they do not have any slows or anything to stop this Darkseer or this Rubik from running away. Not only that, Darkseer has Surge, so if they end up in a tough spot, they could just run away freely. However, on the bottom lane, both parties falling low, but Alchemist always being ready, has a salve, healing up. So let's check also their net worth. Both sides, both cores of TNC at the top of the food chain right now. So they're doing good in their respective lanes. But Kunkka here, really harassing this Earth Spirit as much as he can, so that he could box him out and prevent him from getting last hit. But yeah, as I told you earlier, he would really be abusing this Boulder Smash ability to get CS, especially the range creeps, because that's the most important out of the wave. It gives you the most XP and the most gold out of the lane creeps in every wave. So it's really important that you secure that even if you use your skills. So we might see some fights breaking out here for the 4-minute power runes. Where would it spawn? It spawned at the bottom lane on the side of the puck. Very unfortunate for Yopaj since he opted to buy a bottle with his first sprung of gold. However, this Kunkka just bought stat items so that he could just sit in the lane, get XP, and box out this Earth Spirit as much as he can. So last hits and denies.
What's this? A fascinating substance.
So this Earth Spirit is really a long way from catching up to this Kunkka. And an off-cam kill we saw at the bottom lane. Alchemist was brought down by the puck, so that would already be your first blood. I think this is the biggest issue for having online tournaments, since not everybody is going to have a guarantee that the internet connection would be good in some places. So that's why recently, and even almost in every game, we could see, and it's really the normal right now, that to see that everybody or some people disconnect, then reconnect after a few minutes.
Greetings! You might wish to retract your last move.
So this Darkseer and this Clockwork is not that much effective, unlike what we saw the first game, wherein they were together and they were just stacking up their skills against their enemies, and they were also roaming very much. But in this game, they are just sitting with their cores, trying to babysit them, trying to get as much out of they can out of the lanes, so that they could try to maybe snowball and try to hit their level 6s first before they could roam. There you go, everybody's reconnected and they're calling G.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Five-minute bounty runes, and Yopaj was able to refill his bottle with the bounty rune he picked up.
Tower is under attack.
Would we be seeing a kill here? Yopaj trying to evade the torrent and it doesn't connect. March just flies away using his Icarus dive. Roll in coming from Yopaj trying to connect to this Kunkka together with Johnwell on the Clockwork, so we're already seeing two support rotations just to kill Armel here in the mid lane. He also has his ghost ship, but he wouldn't be using it. And he falls down in the middle lane with the help of Yopaj and his two supports. So nice rotation coming from the both of them, identifying an opportunity for them to go, and they took it. So 6-minute power runes again. Puck is really denying every power rune he can by stealing it from Yopaj, and Yopaj is going home because he doesn't have any mana left to spam in the lane, and I think this bottle pickup wasn't really that good for him in this laning stage because he was denied of both power runes and the 4 minutes and 6-minute power runes, and he was almost it was almost stolen. The bounty rune was almost stolen by March here in their triangle. March already placed a ward here in Neon's jungle because he already spotted this hefty stack here that they are leaving, supposed to be for the Alchemist. But KP here, 4 heroes piling up on him, and he will fall. He's just trying to make as much space as he can so that the other cores of his and even their supports can have a free lane. Look at March just sitting in the middle lane since nobody's there, so that he could get some levels, hit that earlier level 6, so that he could respond to team fights with his egg. Meanwhile on the bottom lane, Tim's falling low, also Johnwell, but Armel tried for a lucky shot, tried to hit him with the Tidebringer in the trees, but it doesn't connect. He will X-mark Tim's for sure. Oh yeah, he X-marked Tim's. But we see a rolling boulder here, down at the bottom. Also the magnetized being used, trying to kill off this Kunkka. Another rolling boulder, connects, stuns him in place, and play hard, gets the last hit. So 3 heroes again, accompanied by 2 supports and their mid laner to take down that Kunkka. Even if he has a lot of stats with his 2 bracers and his face boots, you'll still not survive if you're against 3 heroes. Meanwhile, here in the middle lane, there's Neon here trying to take down Skem, and he falls down. Earth Spirit here just trying to respond and help his comrade, but he ends up dying as well. And play hard here, will he be another casualty? But no, they just prefer to take down this middle tower since this Juggernaut has the double damage, but it's already gone. Now it is. So 3 for 3, 9 minutes in. We see a lot of action. We see a lot of roaming in this 9 minutes. We might see more in the next coming minute because the 10-minute bounty runes would be spawning, and it would really be beneficial if either both team gets more than the other. And also, since it's 9 minutes, the 7-minute mark has already passed, and the neutral items are already starting to drop. Our mill here on his Kunkka went to the bottom. He's just trying to secure this lane since they, since KP is on the middle lane so that he won't die. Because this Kunkka is harder to bring down than this Brewmaster that doesn't have his Primal split up. So 10-minute bounty runes, I just think it will be 2 for 2, yeah. Rubik on its way. He might save this for Earth Spirit so that he could refill his bottle. Yeah, that's the plan. Here on the bottom lane, Clockwork is in the trees. Also Yopaj TPing in. Also the Darkseer wants a piece of action here. Will be he getting his wish. He doesn't have vacuum available, but he has a level 4 Ion Shell and the Wall of Replica that he can use to defend their tower. An X mark used on this Clockwork. What would he use to follow this up? Would he use a boat or a torrent? Or would he use both? Phoenix is also level 6. He can use this Supernova if he chooses to, just to box out the other heroes of Neon Esports. It would really be a long walk for them to take down this egg if March just pops it in place. Because these 3 heroes at bottom are just melee heroes. So I think that's also, which is why this Phoenix is a really good pick against Neon Esports. And here we go again, another pause. So let me just try to see how this fight might break out. I think Armel and KP would try to kill this Clockwork solo, or maybe John Well can use his hook shot to this near camp right here so that he could try to escape if he times it correctly, and if Armel like leaves a split second of error for him to use his hook shot to get away after this X mark connects. While Gabi can use his Omni Slash on this Darkseer because there are no creeps near him. So this would be a solo Omni Slash. But Earth Spirit might try to soak up some of the damage that might deal. He could use a Rolling Boulder to save his comrade. So we'll see in a few seconds once this Clockwork reconnects. KP also has his Primal Split available and also has a level 4 Thunderclap. So this will really be a good position for TNC to fight since the numbers advantage is on their side. So it's 4 against 3 and 1 here is already on the brink of its death. Tim's also has a TP, but it doesn't really matter since he would be teleporting from the tower, so it's a long walk also. This Rubik has a TP, so he might. So let's see how the fight transpires. Hookshot used onto 2, but the final hit will come from the Juggernaut. Stolen Blade Fury, and here we go. The egg, they can't really do anything to stop the egg. They don't really have good heroes that have enough attack speed or the range to kill that egg. I think Sam H here is a goner. And there you go, 3 heroes down for the side of Neon Esports, while TNC takes the first tower here at the bottom. It's a good thing this Earth Spirit didn't engage and he just ran out of there so that he wouldn't also die. But meanwhile, while everything is happening there, Alchemist still trying to farm up his Radiance. He's almost close to it. 70 more gold away from his Sacred Relic and the recipe. A hook shot coming in, but it doesn't connect. Silence is the puck by the Earth Spirit, but he was able to use his coil. Rubik caught in the torrent. DD was denied by March. The X mark committed onto the Earth Spirit. He would be hit by the boat and also the Sunray, but KP was the one to deal the last blow. So TNC is still trying to search for more. Illusory Orb plus the Fade Bolt from the Rubik, trying to fend off the push, but another tower falls on the side of Neon Esports. So that's TNC taking 2 towers from Neon Esports simultaneously. So since mid and bottom tier 1 towers are already gone, they could freely roam this part of Neon's jungle whenever they choose to. So all of these resources in the jungle, all the gold, all the experience is already ripe for the picking for TNC. So they could use this lead that they have, snowball later in the game to have a better chance of winning. So Juggernaut also in 13 minutes just picked up his Battle Fury, so very good timing, and also has a stack here. So clearing this up. So he is already at par with the Alchemist, and he just overtook the lead from the Alchemist in the last hits chart. But another fight here in the jungle. So John Well here on his Clockwork, caught in his own trap, and he ends up dying instead. I think that was just him trying to commit suicide so that the other heroes on their team could run away. But KP still heading the charge here. Will he able to spot? Play hard. The coil was already committed. And Tim's also silencing this Rubik. Doesn't even give this Rubik a chance to steal his coil. And the Panda falls down without even using his split. I think he was silenced by the Rubik. Oh no, he took the Thunderclap. Egg was committed, but I think they could pop this right here. And Yopad just chooses to run away. And there you go, Region Rune. Orange Jesus.
Radiant's middle tower attack.
It's a good day for a bottle. Tim silenced Rolling Boulder and the stun connecting on him. The hook shot doesn't hit, but he still falls. So 15-minute bounty runes.
Middle tower is under attack.
Another good thing that Neon has going for them is that since they have a lot of melee heroes, the Ion Shell could really be put to great work and can be put on all 4 melee heroes to apply more damage. But here again, caught by the boat here is Yopaj and also the Omni Strike. He dug up his own grave by trying to initiate and play hard here. Storm Panda used the Cyclone to lift Rubik up in the air, and I think this Rubik is good as dead. The timing was wrong on the torrent, but there's still an X mark to send him back and bring him back to base for him to respawn in the next 25 seconds. But then again, on the sidelines, Alchemist is still farming. really needs his BKB in order for him to fight in these next
Dire's middle
clash that will break out, because there are a lot of magic damage and burst potential coming from TNC's side. They have the split, they have the thunderclap, they have this X Mark board combo, we have the puck coil.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So there you go, Neon was able to take down this Brewmaster at the top jungle. Earth Spirit is going for a Blade Mail, so that because he is also a frontlining hero for his team, so he and Clockwork will be the ones heading the charge and initiating for their entire team. So it might be the hook shot first, or so that he could follow up with a rolling bowler to make sure that it hits. So that's why he needs a Blade Mail, because he would be the one soaking up all of the damage that TNC would be dealing. Also, a BKB afterwards would be nice. So I think Alchemist's BKB is already on its way, together with an Imp Claw. So TNC still hungry for more towers. But Rubik stole the Blade Fury. Will he be able to get out? The body blocks coming from KP. The X Mark Torrent combo. Also the hook shot committed on this Brewmaster with no mana. Can he use his split? And he was able to, since he has a full magic stick to replenish his mana so that he could use his primal split. So no casualties there, but a lot of skills being used. Skem still trying to go for more. He still has a BKB. I'm not sure if he even needs it. Omni Flash committed onto this Dark Seer. And they both him and Rubik dies. Will be able to pop the egg, and they were successful in doing so. However, these two heroes of TNC might be falling. So Rubik and the Puck trying to chase each other with their own illusory orbs. And there you go. One successful fight from Neon. Because this Alchemist already has a BKB. TNC has nothing. Can't do anything about it right now. That's why they took that fight head on and just never went back. So Earth Spirit will just buy a Yule's first, so that he could try to evade the X Mark combo, and also he could use it for the Panda or the Puck. If he gets coiled or silenced, he could remove the silence. So this Yule Scepter would really have a lot of uses. So the DPS magic damage of Neon Esports is also very strong, because they have Radiance, they have multiple Ion Shells, they have the Magnetize, so all around damage for the entire team.
Tower is under attack.
This is also one of the best skills to steal if you are a Rubik player, because the Fade Bolt plus Illusory Orb gives you mobility, and it also gives you a way to clear out an entire wave with just 2 skills. So TNC not really letting go of this bottom tier 2 tower, so they really want to take this down, so that they could get this outpost right here. So they're just trying to make Neon Esports map little by little, trying to choke them out of resources. A roll in, a wall also committed onto the Panda. The boat being used, but Alchemist was able to use his BKB evading that boat. Still trying to chase for more. The rolling boulder and silence committed, but this puck coiled him into place, holded him to place, and the stolen boat was also used, giving them the Admiral's rum buff. So nobody died on the side of Neon, but 2 cores, which is the offlane and their mid lane from TNC, died in that fight. So Neon Esports, they might be crossing the other side of the map to get the Roshan, or just trying to secure the 22-minute power runs, I guess. Play hard here might be caught out, but the coil is currently unavailable. What did he steal? He stole the phase shift. So not that good of a steal right there, but it's still something. So Juggernaut, addressing the issue at hand, he would be building a Skadi, Eye of Skadi, so that he could negate the healing from this chemical rage of the alchemist. And also this Kunkka also built a spirit vessel to help negate the healing as well. So what other items do they have? The puck has a mechanism. Force staff also will be there in a couple of minutes. Kunkka going for BKB. Juggernaut has Battle Fury and Vanta style. Both teams are currently smoked. Roll in from the Earth Spirit. Can they take this tough panda down? All the stuns in the world, the silences, but he's still alive and kicking. Will we be able to use the split, or does he even need to use it? A 4-man wall used by the Dark Seer, but it doesn't really ensure him of getting away. Even the egg pop was successful, so 1 by 1 Neon Esports heroes fall, and I think TNC might be heading for the Roche Pit to secure another advantage that they could get for the next team fight, which is this Aegis of the Immortal. This is a sure kill on Roshan because Neon Esports are currently dead. They can't contest this. So it's theirs for the taking. So we might see TNC win this game. Let's see. And stay tuned to find out. But they have a better odds. Their odds are better rather than the first game. X mark committed on the CM. Will he be using the BKB? There it goes. He uses it, trying to stand his ground, trying to fight off the heroes of TNC, but the Omni Slash was used and nobody died, unfortunately. The vacuum was committed, but a lot of heroes evaded the vacuum onto the high ground. The boat was used. Also coil committed and used against them. Was stolen by the Rubik. And only the Earth Spirit falls in that engagement. And also the Rubik, followed up by the Rubik. So Alchemist would really like to get his hands on this Abyssal Blade so that they could have more catch. Because they really need to stop this Juggernaut and this puck from using their skills and being slippery heroes, so that they could fight. So that they could be in a better position to fight. Omni Slash used. Oh, it was an Omni Slash. The roll in coming from the Earth Spirit. Alchemist trying to fight with all his might, but the Dark Seer might fall here since he's coiled. He's hold up in one place. The egg. the egg, the really great placement of the egg, it was behind the enemy line. So Neon Esports had no choice but to run into it because their base is that way. And there you go, another successful engagement coming from TNC. So it was a 5-man wipe. Were they able to get rid of the Aegis? No, they were not.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
And we are already seeing TNC here knocking on tier 3s of Neon Esports, popping their Fortify to prolong the life of their tower, but they can't stop the inevitable. This tower is going down for sure. And now off to the racks. Still 20 seconds on the clock for Alchemist and 10 seconds for this Earth Spirit, so nothing much this Rubik, Darkseer, and Clockwork can do to stop TNC from pushing. So all they can do is watch while their tower... Miscommunication, heavy miscommunication there from Neon Esports. The vacuum was committed while the Clockwork was looking for an angle for an hook shot, and they casted the skills at the same time, which made the hook shot miss.
Radiant are scanning.
That was supposed to be a potential kill right there, but shit happens.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
So Darkseer here, even with the mechanism and the pipe, not enough to sustain his comrades from dying in every single team fight, because also TNC has enough sustain with their lineup coming from the Spirit Vessel, the Healing Ward, and also the Sunray of this Phoenix. So, and also they have the Rum of this Ghost Ship. So any damage being dealt to them would be delayed for a certain number of seconds, as long as the duration still stands. So Darkseer here just trying to be a nuisance here, trying to prevent the bottom lane from pushing. X-Mark Torrent combo, as well as the Spirit Vessel being used on the Alchemist, but it wouldn't really be that big of a deal since he was the only one who tried to pull something off. While Earth Spirit at the top lane just trying to push in the waves as much as he can so that TNC would be forced to back off and defend that tower, but identifying the situation that they cannot really give away this another tier 3 or another melee racks here at the bottom lane. They will choose to defend it while the Alchemist is still farming, almost close, a few 100 gold away from his Abyssal Blade. While Juggernaut already has his Eye of Skadi. So the counters are already starting to pile up against this Alchemist. So his healing is almost close to 50% when he gets hit by a normal attack from this Juggernaut and the Spirit Vessel, and if the Spirit Vessel gets applied on him. 30-minute bounty runes. The Alchemist was able to take one, and I think another one here in their triangle. So this Alchemist will be their bread and butter. This will be their only ray of hope for them making a comeback in this game for Neon Esports. So all marbles are with Alchemist right now. So all of the pressure is laying upon his shoulders. So the probability of winning of TNC is really high right now, since they're still trying to take this melee barracks at the bottom, while Alchemist just TP'd in He already has his Abyssal Blade. BKB active, being a big boy, trying to fight this Juggernaut one-on-one. Abyssal also used. Meanwhile, at the back line, this Earth Spirit and this Clockwork trying to deal with the supports at the back, but they were unsuccessful. So yeah, a buyback coming from the Clockwork, but he doesn't have a hook shot anymore, so no slimmer chances of fighting. Dream Coil onto 2, so he caught this Alchemist together with the Clockwork that helped them set up for that wonderful ghost ship, and the Alchemist falls. He has a buyback though, but even if he does, his Chemical Rage is still on cooldown and also his BKB. So multiple buybacks coming from the side of Neon Esports, but TNC still continues to fight and nobody is falling from their side. The Alchemist doesn't really have that much damage to take anybody down. Even if he's thrown a couple of blows to this puck, the puck is still alive and healthy. So I think it's already time to call GG. A nice 4-man vacuum. Let's see how this transpires. Will the Alchemist be able to carry his team? Beautifully placed egg, and the Alchemist couldn't really run away. So 5-man wipe and GG was called. So evening up the series, 1-1. So nobody won, nobody lost. It's just a 1-1 since this is just a best of 2. So props to both teams, showing what they are capable of and bringing this to a close.